How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of an incredibly exciting JRPG, and you guys know me, I love me my JRPGs, and while it is an enhanced re-release, you guys gotta know Atlus gonna do what Atlus gonna do, but Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is hotly anticipated, and given that it's making the transition from Nintendo Switch to every other platform, now this version will also be released on the Nintendo Switch, so if you do want to play it on there, that is an option. This is an enhanced release, and a very much enhanced release of a great JRPG from last year. Now, I know a lot of people are annoyed by Atlus and their shenanigans with re-releasing their games. Even, I think some people think that they cut content on purpose in the initial release so they can do a gimmicky re-release. Now, before we get into this video, I do want to say if you are looking to buy this game on PC and on Steam, you'll definitely want to check out our good friends at Green Man Gaming, as they are offering the game at a bit of a discount, and you'll get the game key and it'll redeem directly on Steam, and you just got the game a little bit cheaper. Given that this is a $60 release, and given that there's going to be a lot of big games coming out in the near future, you're going to want to save as much money as you can, and GMG's got you covered on that. They've got a lot of other great Steam game deals. If you want Destiny 2 Final Shape, Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, have at it. Go check them out, and for SMT5, link in the description box below. However you want to take it, I'm just excited that SMT5 is going to be available on more platforms, and I want to go over the various information that you need to know if you should or shouldn't pick up the Digital Deluxe Edition. We'll give you guys a heads up on what's included in that ahead of the game's June 14th release. Now, SMT5 knows, become a mighty demigod and battle through a decimated Tokyo in a war between angels and demons. Make new allies along your journey, engage in intense turn-based combat, recruit hundreds of demons, and forge your own path to dictate the fate of all existence. Now, for those of you that have initially played the game, there will be the regular main story, but they are also releasing a sizable expansion that'll make it so if you did play the original release on Nintendo Switch, there's going to be worthwhile content to go back to and play on this one. And I'll highlight a Famitsu interview that was done that offered a lot of insight into the various upgrades made, but nevertheless, we'll talk about that in a little bit. A Tale of Vengeance or Creation. Experience two complete story paths in Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, both filled with conflicting and tragic choices, forcing you to confront which ideologies you are willing to fight for. As order and chaos crumble around you, forge your own path to dictate the fate of humanity. Canon of Vengeance is a dramatic tale of revenge by the fallen, centered around new characters and an enigmatic cohort of demons who plot their own dark designs apart from the war of those who fight to maintain order and those who seek to defy it. Canon of Vengeance is the new component, so if you already played SMT5, you can jump right into that. The initial portion will remain the same, and then as you play the Canon of Vengeance, it unweaves in a way that offers you new insight into the narrative. And then you also have Canon of Creation, an internal conflict between angels and demons in which the protagonist fights for the world's fate. That is your general story. I imagine a lot of you guys watching this video didn't play the original release on the Nintendo Switch, given that it's coming out on a plethora of new platforms. So if you are playing it for the first time, you can check out Canon of Creation and then circle back to Canon of Vengeance. The game notes explore a post-apocalyptic world, battle through a decimated Tokyo reduced to an expansive wasteland and overrun by mythical demons, roam across wide open areas and explore new locations for life-saving items, or encounter a multitude of demons to battle or befriend as allies, including dozens of newly added demons to this game. Again, while there is the Canon of Vengeance, which is expanded story content, it's expanding in other ways as well, and this is a definitive version of SMT5, fully evolved with stunning visuals for modern consoles. The dark lore, unnerving atmosphere, and beautiful and monstrous demons are back and better than ever. Massively expanded with new areas, demons, and music, SMT5 Vengeance features more accessible gameplay, an improved battle system, new demon experiences, and greater field exploration. Key features note: embark on this definitive version of the critically acclaimed SMT5, massively expanded with a brand new storyline, featuring new locations, demons, and choices to make that will dictate the fate of all existence. You've got intense turn-based combat. I know a lot of you guys want more turn-based JRPGs. If you aren't checking out SMT5, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're looking for more turn-based JRPGs. Over 270 demons to recruit and command, and again, all new demons added in this version of the game. Explore a new post-apocalyptic Tokyo and make new allies along your journey as well. All of that in this definitive release of SMT5. Now, keep in mind that if you've never played SMT and you're more so thinking about Shin Megami Tensei from a Persona lens, bear in mind that SMT5 is more of a darker narrative and darker aesthetic as well. Again, when you look at the abandoned Tokyo wasteland that you're getting into, a decimated Tokyo wasteland, you kind of get the vibe that it's more dark in tone, and even its presentation style. I get it that Persona has its dark moment, but in terms of the colorful and cheeriness that Persona is, SMT5 is a little bit more on the, let's just say, dark side of things, if you do want to consider it that way. But it'll be a compelling experience for those of you into your turn-based JRPGs. And in a Famitsu interview that was published a few months ago, there was a lot of interesting insight that was given. As far as the expansion story, was noted by Komori, in the previous title there were many details and background behind the story, but many of these were not touched on in the actual narrative. This was simply because there was no compelling reason to delve deeply into those aspects for depicting the story of the previous game. However, when this project began, I started thinking about how to bring these elements into focus, a story of another possibility which could have occurred. This is the idea behind the Canon of Vengeance arc. Again, that is the new arc that if you already played the game, you might want to jump into that. If you haven't played the previous game's story, the Canon of Creation, you can still start with the Canon of Vengeance. Both stories share the same beginning, but over time, various changes will occur in events, conversations, and with battles taking place in different locations. Even if you clear one route and then start the other, you'll still start to feel like the two stories are becoming more and more out of sync, despite following the same world and timeline. So it'll be interesting to go through both. I personally feel like you should play Canon of Creation first because that's the one that chronologically came out first. Again, it initially came out last year, and then Canon of Vengeance is this new expansion, but you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Komori also noted, as far as the Vengeance moniker, in the previous work, The Canon of Creation, the story revolves around creating a world, and in the background to that, there is the Snake God and the Ox God. The story of the previous work was, in some aspects, told from the perspective of the Ox God. When you dig deeper into the Snake God, you find legends where it is subjugated by the Ox God and its followers. Some of these relationships were hinted at in the nuances of the dialogue and designs of the demons, but this was not a main focus of the story. So for Vengeance, we wanted to structure a story from the Snake God's perspective, a tale of revenge by the oppressed. Our planners, including Doi and the development team, then suggested which demons would be appropriate for this approach. So certainly a new trajectory for the narrative as well. There's more insight in the Famitsu interview. I'm not going to go through everything, but I feel like since the expansion is the biggest highlight of this re-release, and that is what makes this more of a definitive version with a lot of content and makes it worthwhile for you to go back and play it if you already played it on the Nintendo Switch, wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on that. Also, I do want to note that the base game is $59.99. There is a digital deluxe edition for $69.99, and there is a pre-order bonus as well. Pre-order bonus will offer you two sacred treasure sets that will aid you during your journey throughout. This set includes Gleam Grenade to inflict a small amount of damage to foes, and the Bead to recover HP for all allies. Both can be used infinitely in battle, so there you go with that. And then if you do buy the Digital Deluxe Edition, $10 more for the Digital Deluxe. You'll get the base game, you'll get DLC content, a Dance of Wealth, a Dance of XP, and Dance of Miracles. You'll get the Demon Subquest Sakura Cinders of the East, and then Demon Subquest Holy Will and Profane Descent. Not a fan of subquests being locked behind digital deluxe editions. That just sounds like content that should have been in the main game and the base game, but they want to incentivize buying the digital deluxe edition. However you want to take it, you can. Remember that our good friends at Green Man Gaming, if you are looking to buy this game on PC, which is Steam Deck verified, you can go to Green Man Gaming and get the game at a little bit of a discount. You'll get a Steam key, it'll redeem, and you'll be good to go. You'll play this game when it comes out on June the 14th. So that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot to go over, and if you're a fan of JRPGs, especially ones with darker aesthetics, this is going to be one to check out. SMT5 Vengeance drops on June 14th. Be on the lookout, as this is going to be a great JRPG release, given that we already know the quality level of it. But nice to see it get a definitive release. And again, on all platforms, that's incredibly exciting. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.